What is up, racing game enthusiasts? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. Today I've got the top 5 video games that are racing games coming out in 2024 that I am excited for. We've got about half a year left. Some of these come out in a couple of days, some in a couple of weeks, some not quite sure yet. We're probably thinking holiday season. Regardless, some of these need to be on your radar. If they're not, if you're on PC, all of these games will be available to you. If you are on console, only some of these games will be available, so you need to check for yourself based on what you have. But regardless, this is what I'm very excited for. The first game on the list, which you're looking at right now, is CarX Street. It is the spiritual successor, the sequel, the next game in line from CarX Technologies. CarX Technologies are the ones that brought us CarX Drift Racing, which is a very cool game. CarX Drift Racing had a ton of customization, big open maps. It had various different cars that are non-licensed, so they looked inspired from Supras or BMWs or whatever, insert whatever car there. And so because it's not fully licensed cars, they can do a lot of them and they look really good, and you have full body kits and tons of rims and just camber out the wazoo. I mean, you can really make these things look any way you want. The developers do a very good job of giving you a lot of customization. With CarX Street coming, it's a big open world city environment. So like I said, it's kind of feels to me to be inspired from maybe Underground 3 if they kind of kept up with that, if Need for Speed had gone that direction. So you'll see that we've got various Porsches. That looks like an RSX in the back. We've got a couple of Honda hatchbacks there. It looks like a Miata. I think that's an MR2 because it's got a little hood scoop on top to put air, which would be in the mid-engine. Like I say, there's a new Supra. All of these are taken from in-game. This was a mobile game launch, but that is totally separate from the PC launch. It's got a totally different graphics setup. It's been totally overhauled for PC. The recommended specs for this are exactly what's in my computer for a processor. So 5800X is kind of like not a bad processor, and that's the recommended. So you got to have some gusto to make it go. Overall, the game looks really good. I think it won't be very expensive. I'd say maybe $30 is kind of the number I would put on it. And it's going to have a lot to do. Sprint racing, drift racing, chasing, open world environments, probably lots of people on server. And at some point, it wouldn't surprise me if this did come to console later on down the road. And so, huge car list, lots to do. These guys have already made a very successful car culture type game with CarX Drift. And that's an awesome game. So I've been waiting for this one for over 4 years. They pushed it back and they pushed it back because the scope of the game grew. And they wanted to bring us a fully fleshed out title, and I think this is going to be it. So it comes out in a couple days. If it's not on your wish list, do it now. Put it on Steam. It's CarX Street, and I think it's going to be excellent. You guys should definitely give it a look. The next game on my wish list is Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. This game is coming out September 5th if you buy it for the early edition, or September 12th if you just get the regular edition. It looks to be very good. I've spent around 5 days with this game already, got a chance to play a very good demo beta, and there's a lot to be said that I do like. The instant challenge feature, the car list looks to be very good, the physics felt very good, and overall it's going to be a very fun game. Free roam, very large kind of footprint that would be Japan. There's lots to customization within the car setup, like how you can make it handle where it'd be off-road or on-road, and the parts upgrade list, kind of like what we did with Unbound, but maybe not quite as in-depth. This is not a game that has a lot of customization in the form of body kits and stuff of that nature. So if you're wanting to really make these cars look crazy, the previous game I showed you will be for that. This one won't. You're going to have limited graphics with mostly stock bodies. You can do wheels and interior, but overall, you do get a little customization. The cars do become very personal. It keeps track of every mile you drive in them. It's a lot of fun. The physics are good. I have been waiting on this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Honestly, I would encourage you guys to check it out. Maybe watch some gameplay of it once it drops. I would not recommend anybody pre-order this game unless you know for certain you're going to get your hours out of it. I know I will because I already played enough in the demo to justify it. But if you've not actually got a chance to play this one, this could go either way for a lot of people. I don't want anybody to be disappointed, so I would say wait till release, watch gameplay of others, find out what your friends are playing, and then hop on the train if that's for you. Other than that, pretty excited for it. Comes out in a couple of weeks. September 12th full release. It looks to be very pretty. There's a really huge car list of some very awesome cars. Like you see right there, we've got the Enzo. We've got an F40. We've got FXXK in the background. It looks like a 360 right there. There's a lot of good things to be said. The world is very pretty. There's on-road, there's off-road. And it feels good. When you hit a tree, you slow down. When you run into a barricade, it stops the car. You can't just go bombing around, crashing through everything. You've got to have a little bit of driver skill to make this go. And I think it'll be one that I spend a lot of time playing with my crew. And there's a lot that we can do as a group. There's PvP events that are Sharps versus the Streets, which are the two dominating clans within the game. And it just looks to be a lot of fun. You can race for money against others, so you can line up behind someone else, challenge them to a race for a certain amount, and they can agree to it or not, and you can go and just literally bet money all day, and it's fantastic. I love it. I would really encourage you guys to check out my streams, check out my channel. I'll be playing more of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and I think that if you are a racing game car enthusiast, this is a different one to check out. It's not Forza, it's not Need for Speed. Test Drive is really its own vibe, and it's a pretty special one if it's for you. Wait till it drops, give it a look. Alright, let me show you what's up next. I'm gonna do a quick snippet on this one. This is JDM Drift Master. It's pretty cool. It's not out yet. There is a demo for this game called Rise of Scorpion. It's JDM Rise of Scorpion. Overall, I played that. I like this game. It's fun. There's a lot of customization. It feels good as a drift racing game. It's just pretty chill. It really gives a good energy and a good vibe. The controls feel good. It's PC only, and it kind of gives like what I would receive from a no hezzy type server when the traffic's heavy to what you might get from kind of a drifting game where you're going through the mountains of Japan. You can make the cars look kind of any way you want. The car list is not very big, especially for just Rise of Scorpion. But that being said, I think that if you are into single player games, you are into car games, you like drifting, this is one you need to check out. I don't think it will be very expensive. You can check out the Japanese Drift Master. Their demo is the Rise of Scorpion. It is on Steam. It's right here. Let me show it to you. It's good. It has good positive results. You get to run around in 350Z. You kind of get to see what everybody else is. The way it does like a comic art style, story progression kind of deal. It's fun. It's definitely its own vibe. I think that it, like I say, if you're into cars, if you're into drifting, play this demo, check it out. If you like it and you want more of that exact same vibe, get the full game when it comes out. But for now, this is about 6 cars you can putt around with and have some fun. So it's not something I'm going to spend a ton of time in because it is only single player. But if this game did come to a multiplayer environment, I would play more of it. But I wanted to show it to you guys anyway because it is something I think is really cool. And I think a lot of you guys really vibe with, depending on what game style you're into. So inside looks really good. Obviously a lot of different things you can do to make the cars look very pretty. And there's kind of a dreamscape where you can just slide around everything and just enjoy your life. So if you're looking for a vibe style, kind of just go slide around, deliver some tofu, this might be one to check out. And that is going to be JDM Japanese Drift Master. So go check out the prologue, Rise of Scorpion. Give that a look if you're on PC. I think it'll definitely hit home with a lot of you guys. Next game on our list is FSA Driving. This is really on cocaine. This is literally if we had Rush 2049 and they got Spy Hunter with all the cool stuff that the Spy Hunter cars can do, and then like that was one entity, and then that entity had a baby with Crazy Taxi. This is what you'd have. It is like a high profile delivery service game. So you drive this car and it's got like superpowers and you go all over the city. You have 3 minutes to deliver the package. So, and this is all we know about this game, and it's like in Chinese or Japanese. I don't have a clue what they're saying. It just looks sick. It's on Steam. FSA Driving. Links are all down below, by the way, on all these games, you guys. I don't know what any of these places are, what this guy's doing, but my perception is this. You just go up on 2 wheels and you can balance your car, so you're playing Tony Hawk kind of, or doing some Spy Hunter stuff, so you can make this high-profile delivery because some dude needs his tofu, I guess. I get crazy vibes from a lot of, like I said, Rush 2049. You go off these huge jumps, and then boom, wings. Why not? That's what we do out here. It's nuts. It looks fun. This is somebody just like built a city, wanted a car to do all the tricks, and then they had to have a reason to go around the city and do all the tricks, and now you're making these deliveries. From what I understand, it's all in the up and up. Like you're working you're just a working man. This is a blue-collar job. There's no cops coming after you. It doesn't appear like anybody's mad. They're just really happy that you're delivering their McDonald's on time so they can eat before they starve in 1 minute and 48 seconds. I really don't know how much gameplay I'm going to get out of this, but this one looks like a lot of fun. And if you're into like quirky driving games that just do it a little different, this one kind of spoke to me. It's supposed to come out before the end of 2024. I don't really know what to expect, but it is FSA Driving. It'll be a single player experience. It looks pretty fun. Overall, I don't know what it's going to be or what it's going to turn into, but it is pretty. And it's pretty crazy. So, yeah. Jump in your iced out e-tron Audi wing game and see what's up. Let me show you one of the last games on the list. We don't have a lot of information about our next game, but I can make some assumptions and predictions that I think are going to be pretty close. What we're looking at today is the newest installment in the Assetto Corsa lineup. The first game is awesome. I'll tell you about it. Assetto Corsa 2 was Competizione, all-track racing, and now we have EVO. EVO looks to be a very special platform to build on. Like all other Assetto Corsa games, it is going to be very pretty. In the first Assetto Corsa game, which is still relevant today because of the modding community, there are whole mods for the first Assetto Corsa game that are actually larger than the game itself. I'm looking at you, No Hezi. And it's fantastic. So the community has taken that game and they've made so much additional stuff to do with it. The people are still buying that game all the time today because they want access to those mods. I don't know much about EVO. They've got some really pretty pictures of some cars, and they've got some really pretty pictures of some tracks. And that's all we know. So I expect simulation type physics because that's what they've done before. I expect very, very, very pretty graphics because they're knocking it out of the park every time before this. And I expect some really cool tracks. But here's what I would like to see in addition to that. I would like them to take the business model from the first Assetto Corsa game and bring that into 2024 to where this game becomes the building blocks, the core for modders to take it and go nuts. A modern day Assetto Corsa with a more relevant physics engine, with a more relevant car list, allowing the modding community to take that and make No Hezi and make all these mods that they've done in the past with the first game. This is what I expect EVO to be, and I would really like that to happen because it would be awesome for us as a racing community. It just gives a infinite date on how long that game can last instead of just having it relevant for its gameplay cycle. When you have an entire community of people making new cars, making new tracks, making new gameplay styles, making whole new worlds to play in, it really keeps it very relevant and it keeps the passion in it, which is what I want to see. So Assetto Corsa EVO, we don't have an exact release date, we don't know a lot about it. That's what I'd like to see. That's what I think it could be. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited for it. It definitely is going to be a VR title, and it's going to be on PC first and foremost when it starts. I expect it to come to console later, like so many other games have. And then I've got one more sneak peek for you that we're not sure when it's going to drop, but I am super excited for it. I don't know if this is 2024 or 2025 or not, so this is honorable mention. If you know, you know. Bugbear Entertainment strikes again. This is going to be Wreckfest II. I am beyond excited for a new Wreckfest game. I have been playing Wreckfest since it was called New Car Game back in the day when it was first wishlist. It looks to be very fun. It's a direct sequel. If you guys have not played Wreckfest, wake up, go buy it. It's on everything. It's on console, it's on PC, you name it. And it's fantastic. It is soft body physics, crashing the cars, total destruction, jumps, destruction derby, lawnmowers and go-karts and combine machines and like buses and monster trucks, and you just crash and thrash and race, and it is right on the threshold of like, this could really be happening, and this is absolute insanity, and it is fantastic. I really would encourage you guys to give it a look. Wreckfest 2 was just announced really recently, and so we don't have a release date on it, but they might hit and strike before holiday this year, maybe. That's me dreaming, so I'm manifesting that in this video, but we don't have a year release for this. So if we're lucky, guys, let's hope Wreckfest 2 comes out sometime in 2024, but they've got just coming soon. So how soon? I have no idea. But if you haven't played the first Wreckfest game, you kind of owe it to yourself to go check that game out because it is super omega amazing. And I've been playing that game since it came out in early access in like 2017. So definitely go check it out. Have a lot of fun with it. That is going to be my top 5 plus an honorable mention. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's any games coming out that you would like to see me feature or play that are racing related. Comment down below if there was one of these games you didn't know about that you're now going to look into, because that would help others out as well, and it helps me out. Like the video if you haven't, please. If there was a new racing game you've never heard of here, like the video. I shared some information with you. You can share a little thumbs up with me, and that'll boost it for other people to see. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm Alex Cornnut, your wheelman. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.